This is the town of Botha. It's Saturday, March 29th. As you can see, we've been completely snowed upon again. Our camera operator, who will turn and give you a quick smile, is beautiful Mrs. Karen today. And we're on our way to Stettler to pick up a few things. Milk in town is closer to $10 for a jug, so we need some of that. Basically go and see if there's any good specials on that we might want to tell you about. Stettler is the largest community near Castor. You'll notice all these oil rail cars. Those are parked there for storage. The actual rail line does end here a little bit. They picked up all of the railway that used to run to the Saskatchewan border and made it into the Trans-Canada Trail when the branch line was still running. But when the branch line was running, you could catch a train from all the way from Consort into Stettler. And so it's a nice drive. We're going to break. The roads are clear right now. Yesterday the roads were a disaster because of all the snow. But then again, you know, it's springtime in Alberta. And especially March. And what's the rule about March, Karen?
In like a lamb, out like a lion. In like a lion, out like a lamb.
Yep, and it definitely went out like a lion. Because it's still quite cold today and we were well into the plus temperatures. So anyway, we're in Karen's SUV today. She's got copper, her fancy colored Dodge Journey. We took a stop at the Castor nuisance grounds and did some recycling. And there's a farm seeder. Karen, show what that's an air seeder. The farms here are way larger than the farms in Ontario. The average farm size here is probably about 7,200 acres now. Simply because it requires a lot more land mass, and you're only going to get one crop or one cut off a year. Like I say, it turned out to be a beautiful day. It's still kind of misty and foggy, and that's probably what's keeping the temperature down, yeah. We'll take the round out about way up to Walmart today so that we can take a quick tour of the Stettler Main Street. We will be doing some video work on Main Street in Stettler and into the industrial area where Shrum Sausages and a few other places is to show you some of the local businesses in town. Main Street took a wee bit of a hit when Walmart came in, but you have two really good clothing stores. Actually, three really good clothing stores now. And the old op shop type. What's that store called? It's like the op shop, secondhand one. Shoot.
Super Flutie?
Oh, the Super Flutie, yes. Large.
Ours is called the Opportunity Store. Both the Super Flutie and the Opportunity Store is totally volunteer run.
And the money goes to community organizations, the proceeds of whatever you're buying there, or to help.
So they change it One year it was the library, one year it was the pool, one year it was a different organization.
And to the right of the camera, I don't know if Karen is catching any of it or not, is the Stettler Inland Grain Terminal. And
Oh, I don't see anything.
These, we just press them. These replaced the good old grain elevators that I thought were going to be around forever. Karen wanted to do a book on the grain elevators, and I said, oh geez, these things are going to be around forever. And then when we moved out in 1997, the vast majority of them were torn down and relocated.
2 years later.
2 years later, yeah. So we never got around to doing that. Something we should have done.
Well, I wanted to take a picture of all the grain elevators of the towns that we drove through, because we drove from Ontario to Alberta when we moved to Alberta. And so I wanted to have a diary of all the places that we drove through. So I thought we could stop at all the grain elevators, because every community, rural community that we drove through had their own grain elevator with the name on it.
Yeah. All right, so we're driving into Stettler.
There's the sign.
Yeah. Welcome to the heart of Alberta. This is...
Because Stettler is basically right in the middle.
Yeah, Stettler's pretty much the middle of the province, so they call it the heart. A lot of the oil field companies have packed up and left. Stettler did have a really large oil field presence, but as the fracking and the wells started being closed off, that was it. This is the Goose Pond. This area is on the largest migratory flight path in Canada.
Last week there was a lot of geese on the pond, but as you can see, it snowed again. So the geese, I don't know where they went, but they're not here today. Local people put up those posts with the tires and put straw in it for the geese's nest.
There's one over there that's nesting right there on that.
Oh, there is one on there. One goose. We have a goose. We have a couple of geese that came back to Castor already.
It's the same ones that come back every year, and then they're babies. So anyway, we're just about ready to come up Main Street. Stettler has basically the three grocery stores. They have a Sobeys, they have a No Frills, and they have Walmart.
So there's the Sobeys.
You can't really see the no Frills there until you get around, and that's the No Frills lot right there.
No Frills.
Unfortunately, the now mayor of Stettler, Sean, used to own the No Frills, but it is owned by another couple right now. You don't like to say it, but it certainly has gone downhill quite a bit. drugstore right there. Oh yeah, Apple Drug Mart. There's the Super Flutie.
And there's the Super Flutie bank.
Okay, there's two really good menswear stores. One here is, well, this one does ladies and men's.
This is John's.
And across here is Tom's Workwear and Western Wear, and that's been around for close to 50 years.
Sweet Home on Main just reopened again. And there's the Home Hardware. And this is the Public School Board building.
Yeah, Stettler has both a public and Catholic elementary school, and the elementary school, Catholic elementary school is K to 9, and then they go to William A. for high school. Much like Castor, Terracetta is a K to 9 school, and then when the kids are done with Terracetta, which is the Catholic school, they head to Gus Wetter from 10 to 12, and that's where all of our children graduated from. You notice we just passed the Freedom Church, was in that warehouse. That's one thing in Alberta that you will find a lot of is the, and sorry Mom for using the word a lot, but there's a lot of them. Is these evangelical churches. I don't always agree with a lot of the things that they do or a lot of things that they say. We find that a great deal of them are very much anti-woman, as we would say in the grand scheme of things, and that just doesn't cover the viewpoints on abortion. That covers a whole raft of things. And the one thing about rural Alberta is, and it's the main reason why I came back into central Alberta, is that it never really changes. The faces may change, the people may change, but the whole idea of philosophy never changes. It becomes this very community-orientated structure. If you told these people that they've been practicing socialism for years because if somebody's hurt or injured or somebody has cancer, everybody's there, and it's people are taken care of. Everybody takes care of everybody. That's a great thing about living in a rural area. The disadvantages is the inherent, I almost want to say mega deer, philosophy. But I really don't want to say that either, because I know a lot of the people down here are just as nicked with Donald Trump as anybody else and what he's doing to us and to our country. And this is the newer end of town, and this is where Walmart and Canadian Tire, the Dollarama, of course everybody's favorite pit point, which is the Tim Hortons Donuts. And this was built up during the oil boom. Stettler has a population of around 6,000, I think, Karen? Is it 6,000 now? It's it's a pretty fair sized small town anyway. And it basically has a great number of small satellite towns around it that these stores feed off of. And so here we are into the slushy Walmart parking lot. Like I say, normally we'd be going over to the Canadian No Frills, but their shelf stock and stuff like that has just not been, I guess what's the word for it here? It's not really present, right? And the quality of the produce and other things has gone significantly downhill. And so, we'd like to thank our camera person. We're going to go out and pick up what we need. Have a good day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.